All right, racing goes to Sunday this week, and Ashbal, two very good runs so far. Nice draw, a lot in his favour.
Yeah, a lot in his favour. He is against older horses, so we've got to be wary of that. But the horses fits in well, and a good draw on that track is a big advantage.
Giant Cruise having his third start for you now.
Yeah, third time out. His first two starts were decent runs. He finished about 3.8 first time out and improved a bit, 3.4 second time out. So a little gradual improvement there. Second start he did get bumped and caught in a bit of a bustle. So we did think he would run a lot better, but I was happy with the run. They're just young horses. It's all an experience. So we've got a good draw, Gav on, and I think he'll definitely go close there.
Then on to the stable companion in the same race, obviously Lion King.
Yeah, he ran a competitive third over 14 last time out, and he likes inside track. So I've taken a bit of a chance with a bad draw. He's got the blinkers on, so it's a bit of an experimental run, but he's well in himself. He's run very well over the course and distance before, and inside 12 is almost like a 14 on a vol track or outside track. So I'm also quite confident with him. If he can be lucky from the draw, he'll definitely also fight it out with them.
So we could maybe take a chance and double float these horses with the quartet and the trifecta?
Yeah, definitely. Quartets, put them together, maybe a swinger, and if we're lucky, an exacta.
The second race is Glacier Girl, also good form and a lot in her favour as well.
Yeah, she is limited. She'll probably win one, and she needs a course and distance like this with a good draw, which she has. So we're hopeful she can run the money.
Good way to start the afternoon, Michael, with Ready, Set, Glow in race number 2.
Yeah, Andrew, she's a filly that works pretty well back home, but when she gets to the course, loses it sometimes. So we gave her a bit of a break, freshened up, and we're bringing her back. We're hoping that she gives a good showing of herself. If she doesn't get her act together pretty soon, we're going to move her on.
Blonde Vision, we haven't seen her out since the 23rd of March, but the filly that beat her, San Furman, came out and won and ran in a feature race, so that augurs well for her form.
Yeah, we freshened her up with the view of running her on, I think it's the 29th of June in Durban, which is the KZN Breeders' Day. So we're prepping her for that, so she's not fully wound up. If she was, she looks like the class act in this field. So hopefully, being 80% ready with a bit of class, she can still pull through. She's well drawn and she should still be competitive.
Okay, Arlington's Revenge, he's been used as a pacemaker on the odd occasion. Last time you said he wasn't quite ready.
Yeah, he still ran a nice race last time he won, so we're really happy with that. He's fit and happy at the moment. It's a big ask, it's a strong field. Throwing him in at the deep end, so let's see how he goes.
The Derby winner, and we've got the Dazzler, who's just seriously, unbelievably consistent in game.
Yeah, he is. He's doing well again, and he's also being prepped for 1 or 2 races coming up in Durban. But he's pretty fit. We never backed off him. AZZIE we backed off after the Derby, so he may just be in need of the run. He's prepping for some staying features coming up as well.
Then we've got Give Me Hope, Joanna, and Odie to win in the same race.
If she gets in or not, she does get in, obviously we'll go for the feature, but she's in a good space. And Give Me Hope, Joanna, she's really doing well, and I'm looking forward to seeing how she goes. It is a mile, which is maybe a little bit of a stretch for her, but I'm hoping that her well-being can counter that, and hopefully she can run a good race.
A very good filly is Flying Fable.
Yes, she is, Andrew. We've had her in 1 or 2 feature races, and she always seems to find trouble in those races. I definitely feel this is a filly that has a small feature in her. She is capable of the black type. As you see again, she's drawn worst of all, right on the outside. And Andreas is pretty keen on getting this filly black type, so we've found ourselves in a sticky position here where we've had to take up our position and run from the worst draw of all. And let's just hope that everything can work out for her in this race and she can find herself a good position early on and hopefully pick up her black type.
Bit of luck, reserve 2. She's very well. She's peaking. Obviously taking on a strong field here, Syringa listed handicap. You got to have hopes and dreams. So she's also drawn a bit badly if she does get in. But sometimes it's not a bad thing. There's a lot of hustle bustle, everyone trying to get a run on the rail, and if she can just sit 3 off or be lucky and get in and have an even galloping pace, I think she can maybe pop into a place. But you never know these type of races. You got a ticket, you got a chance.
And then to put the lid on the day, if Only to Win doesn't get in, which means you'll have a run in the 8th race, Pietro Mascagni, he represents you in the 7th, which is a very competitive lineup.
Very competitive lineup. He's in good form, and he should give a good account of himself. Yeah, I'm expecting a decent run.
A very busy race for you with the Angels Power, who won last week at the Vaal. Full Mast, who we know has a lot of talent but hasn't been really delivering his very best. Splendid Garden, an absolute soldier, impeccably bred. And then Will Pays, who's one of Adam's favourite horses ever.
Yeah, well, obviously we all know it's no secret how well Will Pays has done for Adam. You know, we've left Adam to do his thing with this horse, and he's done pretty well with him. He won the Mercury with him last year, won the Hawaii Stakes and done well with him, and he's in a good space. He ran a very good race last time out down in KZN in the drill hall. He ran 5th against a strong field with this horse.
Bit unlucky, I thought.
Yeah, he was. You know, we found a little bit of trouble early on, but he moved through them nicely in the end. If he had to reproduce that type of run in this field, he could win a race like this. So he's not without a chance, but he is giving weight away to a lot of horses. Splendid Garden, let's go through him first. It's a big ask for him. We're going to drop him out and hopefully he can run on. Angels Power won a very, very good race the other day with Samanga. Not without a chance. I expect him to be in the shake-up. He's come through his run well. I would have preferred to have given him a little bit more time. And then Full Mast, he had a small bleed the last time, so he picked up a 2-month suspension, which was strange to us because he'd never ever bled before. He's done well back home. If he's not in need of the run, I think he'll run well with a lightweight. With Nathan claiming the 2.5, he's going to only have 51.5 on his back. Going to let Nathan give him a bit of a chance. And if he had to put his best foot forward, he could be running right at them at the finish.
Okay, and then to finish the day off, you've got Amanika.
Yeah, there again, Amanika been working exceptionally well back home, but again, coming from a deep draw, she's got it all to do, so it's going to be pretty difficult for her from that draw, but if she can overcome the draw, she'll be right there.
Nothing a good draw doesn't help with. And then, of course, she did run against the boys last time out.
Yeah, definitely drawn, from a good draw like that. She's always, you've got a few lengths of improvement in the bag, just purely because they can get there for nothing and not use and burn that energy. So, last time out, as you said, she carried 61.5 in an open race against the boys, and a very impressive run. She fought it out all the way to the line. I think she finished about 2 lengths off. I was happy with that. And now back against the fillies, a bit of a lighter weight on, and I think she'll definitely put her best foot forward. She loves this course, and she loves the distance as well.
So you're actually going to the course this Sunday with some seriously loaded guns.
Yeah, the guns are loaded and we're ready to fire, so let's hope racing's racing, and we just need a bit of luck on our side and the horses to be well on the day. Unfortunately, they can't tell us if they have a headache or not feeling well, but they're coming into the races fit and well, and I'm hoping for a big day.
Has Team de KOCK made any final decision as to whether or not Hawam will take his place in the Vodacom Durban July? Because we see he's still in the betting, and obviously it's the most important race in South Africa.
Yeah, it is, but it's hard to make a decision so early out. It's quite ridiculous that we enter so early. We're just thinking about the daily news now. We want to get past that, and then we'll make a decision after that.
Would he bump heads with Socrates, or how do you actually separate these great horses?
Yeah, well, luckily enough, there is the mile Group 1 a week later, so they'll both be entered for both races, and the draw will dictate to us where we're going to go, because Gravel at the moment, the way it's configured, is massively dependent on draws.
Yeah, I know your dad was very, very adamant that he would never, ever take that chance again, as he had to do in the Guineas.
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't make the right decision that day, but at least we've learnt nice and early in the season, so just got to pray for some good draws.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Orpheus, who was just so incredibly impressive at Gravel.
Yeah, look, if Orpheus is good enough to get into the July, I'm sure Marco will stick with him. He's been a very good horse to Marco, and if he takes up his place, Marco will most definitely ride him.
So the Gravel 1900 is his next mission, is that confirmed?
Yep, he's down in KZN already. We sent him down there yesterday, and please God, things work out his way in the Gravel 1900, and if he's good enough to win that, then he will take up his place in the Vodacom Durban July. And obviously, if he's not good enough to place or win that type of race, then he's not good enough to get into the Vodacom Durban July.